I'm building a 4-player co-op extraction shooter, but getting here took 20 years. Welcome to my first devlog. Before getting into the game itself, let me share a bit of my background. Creating a game has been a dream of mine since I was young. I even tried to pursue a career as a game programmer by enrolling in a game design tech school. Things didn't go as planned, and I ended up taking the route of an IT infrastructure career instead. Years passed, and I had nothing to complain about in my life until hitting the age of 40. Now, this part of the story usually resonates with people over 40, because 40 is a big deal. You start to think about the remaining time you have in life. This is when I remembered studying Visual Basics in my early teens and C in tech school. I decided this was it. It was time to finally try and create a game. I started off like most people do, looking into and comparing available game engines. Since I had already built a few full-stack applications using C#, JavaScript, and TypeScript, it made perfect sense to use Unity. But wait, I lied. I actually tried Unreal Engine first. The high-quality visuals right out of the box drew me in. But I really disliked the blueprint system, and I only spent about 20 hours in Unreal before pivoting. I also participated in 2 game jams before starting on this current Untitled project. The story and challenges behind those game jams are something I might cover in a future video. Let me talk a bit about the game. The TLDR version is an extraction game like Escape from Duck-Off, but it's multiplayer, co-op experience for up to 4 players. It features a top-down view with a limited field of vision for spotting enemies, just like Duck-Off. Naturally, there has been a lot of challenges implementing these systems. Today, I'm going to cover one specific mechanic I had to tackle and how I solved it. Player occlusion. The problem is what happens when the player walks behind a wall or a large object and is completely blocked from the camera's view. As you can see in the video, when the player walks behind a wall here, they disappear entirely. My first attempt was shooting a raycast from the main camera to the player's position. If the raycast hit an object before reaching the player and on a specific layer, I dropped the opacity of the object's material. This was technically working, but it didn't look good having the entire wall instantly turn transparent. My second attempt involved using the dithering node in Unity's shader graph to create a visual cutout hole. The new material based on the dithering and cutout worked great, but having a very base of the wall becoming invisible completely broke the visual grounding. It wasn't appealing. My third and final attempt was optimizing the shader. I updated the shader so that the bottom vertical space of the object is entirely unaffected by the dithering and cutout effect. This was literally my first time learning the basics of shader graph, and it really made me appreciate the depths of Unity and all the different systems there are to learn. To whoever is watching, thank you for sticking around. A like and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated. See you next time.